Trevor Noah here. Right now, we don't know when we're going to go back to the studio. We don't know if we're going to go back to the studio, and I don't think any of you know any different. Coronavirus has changed everybody's lives, and so what we've decided is to try and make the Daily Show from homes, not just my home, but everyone's home. So the producers, the writers, the directors, the graphics producers, we're all just going to chill at home and use the technology we have to try and make a show. So I know a lot of people have said, hey, we still want to watch The Daily Show, we still want to be informed, we still want to catch up on the news without having to watch 24 hours of CNN, and I don't blame you for that. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be chatting about coronavirus, obviously. It would be weird if I was like, today we're going to be chatting about infrastructural development so we're going to be chatting about coronavirus. We're going to be talking about the US border with Canada being shut down. We're going to talk about NBA players getting tested. We're going to chat about how people need to stop going to the ER because you're actually hurting everybody who needs it. So let's get into that and more in our very first Daily Show social distancing. Daily Social Distancing Show. That's it. The Daily Social Distancing Show.
From Trevor's couch in New York City to your couch somewhere in the world, this is the Daily Social Distancing Show with Trevor Noah.
All right, yo, let's kick it off with the big news of the day. The coronavirus has officially surpassed 200,000 confirmed cases worldwide, which is pretty insane. Because right now, that means corona is just running around the world like those penguins at the aquarium, just doing whatever it wants. It's actually funny when you think about it. Like, you know, when you watch that video of the penguins, we always think that if humans were off the planet, then there would be no zoos. But then when I watched that video, it made me realize animals would make zoos for other animals. Like the penguins would be like, and this is the polar bear, used to hunt us, how things have changed. Anyway, I'm not telling you the news of corona surpassing 200,000 to make you sad, right? I'm just keeping you up to date with what's happening. We all got to be informed. Now, just because coronavirus cases are going up in the world, please, that shouldn't make you more sad, because there is a lot of encouraging news coming out from all over the world. For instance, just today, there was a story that came out of Italy where a small town of about 3,000 people tested everyone in the town. And then they just kept track of everyone who had coronavirus and who was giving it to who, and they got the cases of coronavirus down to 0. So it shows you that's basically what we need to do. Right? We need to test as many people as possible. And I know if you live in New York, you're probably like, yeah, but Trevor, that town only had 3,000 people in it. That's how many roommates I have. But still, it shows that the key to stopping coronavirus is testing. What's scary about testing, though, is that the cases are going to go up, because the more people we test, we're going to discover more people have coronavirus, but at least we'll know how many people have coronavirus, you know? It's like today, we just found out that 4 Brooklyn Nets players, NBA players, have coronavirus, including Kevin Durant. Yeah, so now the Nets have coronavirus, the Jazz have coronavirus, the Pistons have coronavirus. It's going around to all of the NBA teams, except the Knicks, because not even Corona wants to be on the Knicks. Now, the White House keeps trying to reassure people that more tests are coming, but every time Trump tries to calm the nation down, I feel like he does the exact opposite.
We are all in this together, and we'll come through together. It's the invisible enemy, but we're going to defeat the invisible enemy.
Your credibility ratings are very low. There was a recent NPR poll.
Who are you asking that question?
I'm asking...
Because I see that they're very high.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? Why do you keep using this?
Because it comes from
it's
China.
Racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why.
There are some, at least one White House official, who used the term Kung Flu, referring to the fact that this virus started in China. My question is, do you think that's wrong, Kung Flu? And do you think using the term Chinese virus, that puts Asian Americans at risk, that people might target them?
No, not at all. I think they probably would agree with it 100%.
You know, Trump is the only person who could hold a press conference about a pandemic and then turn it into a fight about racism. Who does that? Like, who does that? The guy comes out there like, let's stay calm, folks, so calm, everybody. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, Kung Flu is a term of respect. Ask any Asian. Ni hao ma, Kung Flu, xixin. Focus. This is where you need presidential. This is one of those moments where I wish I wish Obama could come back, you know? I wish Barack Obama could come, not as president. I'm not trying to mess with the Constitution. I'm just saying they should hire Obama to handle press briefings, you know? Because whether you agree with his policies or not, you have to admit Barack Obama did his thing. He knew how to calm everybody down. You know, he'd just come out and be like, all right, everybody, this is what's going to happen. We're going to get the testing, all the kits. We're going to isolate the virus. We're going to beat this thing. We're going to isolate the virus, and we're going to beat this thing. In the meantime, if you want something comforting to binge at home, a lot of people are watching TV. If you want to watch something, you can watch the first 8 years of my presidency. That's a rerun that never gets old. The best part is in season 2, when I go after bin Laden. Spoiler alert, he doesn't make it. Actually, I feel like Obama takes so long to finish a sentence, it might make social distancing fly by. Like right now, we're like, oh, we're going to be in here for months. If Obama speaks, we've got to be safe. And we're like, wow, it's August already. I guess we can go outside now. Thanks, Obama. Now, Trump held another presser today where he said that America and Canada are closing their border to non-essential travel. Yeah. And that actually made me kind of feel bad for Trump because he's finally getting the border shut down he always wanted. It's just happening with the wrong country, you know, which sucks for him. It's kind of like wishing for more vacation days, but then you get fired. You sort of get what you want, but it's not the same. And so from now on, only essential travel is allowed into Canada from the US. You know, stuff like government business, trade, and your boy's bachelor party in Montreal, but that's it. Nothing else. I'll see you there, Brandon. And like, you know, I just wonder if this is gonna work. Because you know Canadians are so polite. I bet if you showed up at the border, they'd still let you in. And be like, oh gosh, I'm really not supposed to eat, Trevor, but I can't say no to new friends. Come on in, eh? I don't even know if that was a Canadian accent, to be honest. I don't even think I remember a Canadian. I feel like I haven't been around people for so long, I don't know what any accent sounds like. That could be Canadian. For all I know, all the accents in my head are wrong. Maybe it's been that long. This corona, self-distancing, I'm just going to be like making up random accents that are incorrect. Yes, so sorry about that. Yes, welcome to Toronto. Yes, I'm Canadian. Yes, oh, sorry, yeah, but, oh, you want maple syrup? Oh, one other thing I want to mention. Doctors need our help right now. Yes, doctors need our help. Because there are many stories coming out that a lot of young people, especially in New York, have been going to emergency rooms looking for a corona test when they don't have serious symptoms and the hospitals are overwhelmed. They can't handle that. Like, I know that they've shut down the bars, so maybe you think the ER is the hot new hangout, but it's not, people. Yes, they have alcohol, but it's rubbing alcohol. It's not the same thing. When you go to an ER, and it's not an emergency, you're overloading the system. You're overloading the hospitals. You're taking care away from the people in really desperate situations. So if you're feeling sick, but it's not that serious, just self-isolate for a few days. This is not for me, by the way. This is what the CDC has told us to do. If you're feeling sick, stay at home, self-isolate for a few days, and you see if you get better. All right? Emergency rooms are like flights on Spirit Airlines. You should only go there as a last resort. Spirit Airlines, thanks to Corona, we're not the worst anymore.